Sean, another disappointing defeat away from home. Give us your initial reaction to that.
Disappointed, obviously. I think the weather's dictated how the game was played today. Because to be honest, I think if I'd have paid to come in today, I'd have asked for a refund because it wasn't a nice game to watch, to be honest. But yeah, we're disappointed because we knew it was going to be ugly. We knew it was going to be horrible. And to be honest, we didn't do the ugly things well. I don't think they did it particularly well, but did it better than us because they've nicked a 2-0. But yeah, just disappointed, to be honest.
Yeah, the first half was even at 0-0 it's easy to say when you've lost, but it wasn't a great watch. But we had a really good chance just before half time and another good chance straight after half time. Do you think if one of them goes in hindsight, it's a different game?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't think either team had many chances. I think their 2 goals could have been avoided, but they've scored them. I think if Timmy nicks that one just before half time, it is a different game because then we've got something to hold. And I think like Ty, early second half, I think if that goes in again, it gives us something to kind of lean on. But they didn't go in. I mean, they scored the second goal with just the ball into the box, a bit of a scramble. The first one, Tiernan's made a great save and we haven't tracked, and the kids tapped it in. But yeah, chances were at a premium today, so yeah, one of them goes in, it does make it different. But we just didn't create. I mean, they were the only 2 chances I think we had in the game, so I think that's the alarming thing, that we just didn't create enough.
But like their probably first foray really into our box was when they scored, and does that even more frustrated when they went 1-0 up? It really took the wind out, pardon my pun, because they were then comfy really, weren't they? 1 or 2-0, we were just huffed and puffed.
Yeah, they didn't have many chances, we didn't have many chances, and like you say, I think that first one, we've noticed that when we go away from home, if teams nick a goal, it becomes very difficult because they sit in, they make it hard, they don't let us play our football, which they've got every right to do, and we've got to find another way, which we just couldn't do today. But in the conditions, again, I think we've got to find another way to play, and you know, at the end of the day, they took their chances that they've had and we haven't, and ultimately that's what's, you know, won them the game.
Yeah, and you mentioned away from home is becoming difficult. I think off the top of my head that might be 6 on the road now, 2 draws and 4 defeats, which is quite alarming for saying we were second, now third in the league, if we want to kick on up and stay in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, away from home we've got to be better, we've got to be more resolute, we've got to be tough. I think one of the lads just said in there, if we're not going to win the game because it's not going for us going forward, we just don't lose the game. We've got to be strong and solid, and like I said, ultimately I think the 2 goals they've scored, they could have been easily avoided. Like, you know, the kid's free at the back stick and he's, to be fair, it's a good finish, but we could have avoided it. And the second one, again, it's just a corner, we haven't defended it well, it's come back in, we haven't defended it again, and he, you know, 6'6" kid at the back has just got a kind of free header and just headed it home. So, you know, again, it could have been avoided. It really, it could have been just an ugly 0-0, but it is what it is, you know. They took the chances, we haven't.
When it rains it pours. We've had a few good weeks, a few good wins, but I think we're the only team inside the top 6 today not to get 3 points, so that's how quickly things can change, isn't it?
Yeah, I think a couple of weeks ago results went for us and we won, and all the top teams around us didn't. So, you know, it swings and roundabouts. It will be till the end of the season. We'll keep plugging away, it's never going to be easy. I just think we've got to kind of knuckle down now and just start grinding out results. Not that we're in a bad run of form, because we're not, because I think the form table would suggest that we're up there. But away from home especially, I think we've just got to look at just grinding results even when it's not going our way.
Yeah, next up quickly, Royston. Always a tough game when we play Royston, so not an easy game to try and bounce back on.
No, I mean, again, I think I had an interview before we played Royston this season away from home, and we know what we're going to get from Royston. They're a big physical team. They can play, but I think the main objective is get it at fullbacks, get it forward early. So we know what we're up against. They're a good team, and they'll give us a real challenge, but then we've got to be, you know, up for it.